Dem gombo ja hora la shan za lo ganga lo ju dum ni dum da ni da nam da ra za vi ji ni da ngo ji za ni ji da ga ra la wan za ga da ji me zo ma ru man da ding ra ji za wo ji da je ya la du je yang da zong du da ra je jo ni mo ni Li ji zha zhou zhong za jiang ma ri me ze ding ra ni ji ni zhong za ra zhe na wang dong ni da zha za ji da yun de li zo jia de no ge zhe zha zhe dang zhe dian dian da lu men ze jia wo ra yang la da da o ma ra ba za na de 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 o ma ra ba Marabaza nardo 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 marabaza Umarabaza nardo Tudon jiji jero ozere ji Mambaraza Kwadang danju zhonglu doba Loju bubi nawa jida soro Nyarji jimbo zodun nime zhang Zone molong jimbo ngagyat Pakara dangam zandu jima do Dumba diji janla janzarlo Waya teni Tsamala shizho de la kan tsamzhi
Good afternoon.
nga zo da shi zhou chu zhi de men de ne xia ge de chu zhi gong guo la de ni nga zo da nang nga zhu xia ba zhen de nan ba tan shi ge de ni xiang xim shou de sim ge gu ri
So we are going to go on with our afternoon teaching now, and just like this morning, before we do, please everyone make an aspiration of bodhicitta.
de ni nga zo ge wa gang dang gang zhen na yang de ni dan ba sim ze ya de ha li ba ge qin bo de ge wa gang zhen na yang de ni dan ba sim ge de ni zhong zhi ge na la zhe ni de ni nga zo zhe gu ri
So whatever kind of positive or virtuous action it is that we're doing, it's very important that we do this action according to the framework of the three excellences. These three excellences are very important in respect of all positive action we undertake.
Tini tamba samzi ji da tangbo nga so tini da yorwa simki tamba zi shawa lirka gang lena di tomar tangbo ngu zumbi tsena tini gulhung de hale bakar chimbo re tena nga so da nga so simchin tamche ki dondo tini nga rang sang yi go tini sang yi ya che de tini nga rang ga lo zhong shi ge yin nga rang ga shawa gewa drib ge yin samni tini sam go re tela tini yorwa simki tamba zi re
So the first of these is the motivation that we set at the beginning of the virtuous or positive action we're undertaking. Whatever kind of virtuous action we do undertake, it's important that we set the right motivation to begin with. And so in aspiring to achieve Buddhahood for the sake of all beings, we set our motivation as being this and as being the reason for which we are listening to today's class.
Tenia ni patela nguju mume tambaze gre nguju mume tambaze rate tapsher ta tab debon ra ozu sherna ngaso gewa kang jibna teni zabzav shini teni sim ga thola yakbo ja teni sim ga thola dodo tan tan shini tere pena ngaso lobchu shi pine kabna yena teni lobchu te yakbo sim ga thola ja teni zentri jab teni titon la samlo yakbo tan teni je Dele jamba tini gum jabna tini gum japi nirkavna ngaso gum jab sar tini tanang re kharsang re shapa tinda oshi ni ta sem gatola todo tandan dodan yakbo shi nandan shipa dela zenan jikri.
So the second of the two excellences involves the concentration and the focus that we bring to the carrying out of the action or activity in question. And it's important that we carry out our positive action with a proper attitude of concentration and focus. So if we're listening to a teaching, this may mean listening attentively, taking notes as appropriate. And in terms of practice, learning the proper methods for meditation, such as we've been learning over the past few days, and properly learning the instructions in question and then putting them into practice with care and attentiveness.
Tani sambatila mjik ngwa tamba zegre nga so gewa kang jibna ti mjik tila ngwa te yin ta manda yo gore.
And the third of the three excellences is the dedication of merit. So whatever positive action we do undertake, it's important that at the conclusion we dedicate the merit that we have accumulated through undertaking the action.
Tani ngwa ze jida kang rizla zegre zina ngwa zina nga so gewa chimbo yo na chongchong yo na kang yo na gewa te tak tamchu po par simjin tamchu pola par jin ba tongwa te la tani ngwa zegre.
So what do we mean with this word dedication? Well, regardless of whether the action, that positive action we have undertaken is one generative of small merit or great benefit, irrespective of the situation, in dedicating the merit, we give this merit, we share it with all beings in a gesture of generosity.
Tani simjin tamchu pola gewa tu jinni tani ngarang ge gewa de nge simjin tamchu pola jingyin tani simjin tamchu po ngarang ge gewa de la tenni tani nekkups changmala demo ta kepo ya po yongya ta tani nyerto changma tani kamsum khorwa na ni thar tani kirgana che ge dungor te so tamchu po mepa tani je go samne tani molm ya po jamne tani gewa ti par jin jana tani tela ngwa je ge.
So this prayer of dedication, or the dedication of our merit, involves thinking that as I dedicate this merit, my merit is being shared with all living beings, and that on the strength of this benefit, may they attain temporary happiness as well as be quickly freed from the sufferings of samsara. And by making a sincere prayer in this way, we dedicate our merit.
Tani nga zo gewa driblik te yakbo zi shi song na tani nga zo chongchong shawa chongchong zi yang dondak pe dondak chimbo rin ro re.
And so by dedicating our merit in this way, then even a very small positive action can become very vast and great in its scope.
Tani gewa dripsar te yakbo zi ma shi na yang nga rang so kable mambo jav le ka mambo le tani le de na yang drewa yang don yang ngoma te yang chimbo mepa teni jendo yang shigres.
However, if we don't understand how to complete our positive action by dedicating merit in this way, then even if we expend a great deal of effort and energy in undergoing undertaking a certain task, the result won't really come to anything.
Aya teni ti tambasam zea te nga zo terang azo chutu nyambi kabla yang gore teni terang manna te namgin te gore te simla yak bo jak gore.
So these three excellences we need to apply today in listening to this teaching, and in general we need to apply them when undertaking all kinds of activities. So everyone, please keep these in mind.
Aya teni ta nga zo 다낭 공도더니 샤차리 드니 네파당 겨와당 르파 대초 선보 그 토니 드니 검잡설다 영문터니 샤그레.
So we are now going to continue teaching on the meditation method we were looking at this morning. That is meditation focused on the mind observing its state of resting, moving, and being aware of the state that it is in.
뭐야 다때 디나니 나서 공도 네파당 겨와다 르파슴 그거니 저니 접설때 대샤파리 저니나 마서 카상한테니 샤송때 조던 가수 다르팅 가수 셈거 남톡망보 데말 데니 메파처니 데니 파르데니 남톡 메파데니 잠부 어지난자 데니 데니 그 토라데니 네파 tela zega yore te na teni kortik teni kersungwa teni zela zega yore zeni ta te ngaso kondu sha tsar songs.
So we have come to an end of talking about this in the context of Shamatha meditation. That is, yesterday, and we spoke about when we bring ourselves to 0 point, a point where we have no thought activity taking place and we rest in this state. This is stillness or resting according to Shamatha meditation.
Teni ta nga su shabanda teni ta ti kortik te yang teni mepakerni teni songa tenrizla ze reze nga su kongda sem ko teni mangji ngoma te kortik reze yo teni ta thile te yang kortik te yang mepakerni teni kortik yang mepachak songa tenriz shak reze.
So what we are going to go on to talk about now is a practice where we even eliminate 0. So yesterday, or our discussion of Shamatha meditation, we spoke about the foundation of the mind, or the basic state of the mind as being 0, or the all-encompassing consciousness. So this afternoon we are going to talk about a state where 0 is no longer present.
Teni ta sim teni kortik te teni jirni teni yapo gum teni gyap thapa ti kaps teni ti mangi ti thone teni sim tombanyet gomba kang yara ti thola teni pone teni ta tombanyet ko thola rogo re.
So once we are able to reach a state of stability in our shamatha practice by resting in the state of 0, then when we progress from this state, or on the basis of this state, we are working on realizing the nature of emptiness.
Teni ta sim korang teni jirni yembi kaps teni jirni sim yakpo teni ni teni kap tela teni ngaso teni ta sim korang yang korang teni ni yopi kap te kandiz re samne kon kandiz la ne ze gore ninkan sim te kandiz re samne teni samlo tanga zena korang nyamnyung go gone ta gore.
So when our mind is resting in a state of calm abiding, in a state of shamatha, then we need to experientially observe what this state of resting is like. So this is not discursively inquiring about the state, but experientially observing it.
Teni ti kaps ngaso sim zewate tongba yembate nyamnyung go ha ko yongore.
And it's possible in this state for us to experientially understand that the nature of the mind is emptiness.
Then ngaso semde la teni samlo matang teni korang la ngaso semde lakchanda boshini teni korang ngaso semde teni shurur ko ngupo nam teni jimjik shipi lakchanda boshini teni semde la teni shurur ko ngupo nam lakshapa mambo jabdena teni ngaso tanang shapa tawo re shurur ko ngupo mambo ngaso shigre ta yena semde kanrizinte tsawani shitab kumare.
So as we spoke about this morning, when we are primarily using our minds as a tool for investigating or examining the external world, and this is the way that we tend to use and approach our minds, then we don't gain an understanding or a knowledge of the nature of the mind itself.
Teni ta ngaso teni sem korang teni ngaso jimjik shesa yir shini teni targo greze sem korang tarngan rapo ina ngaso sem ti korang jimjik shipi lakchan rapo shiyo re ma to ba korang jimjik shisa ngaso shiyo ma reze tarngan ina teni ta sem korang te kandiz reze ne teni te la ta gongdu.
So up until now we've been using our minds chiefly as a tool to examine and investigate objects in the external world, but from here on in what we need to do is make the mind the object of its own examination, or of its own investigation.
Teni sim korang kandi yung tawi ne kumna teni sim tongba yimba teni ta shigre ta yina teni shi gona tela chakin kashiz go re ma to ti chakin ti so ma changna ngaso le labuz ke sim tongba yimba ti shitab ko mare.
And when we the mind turns to itself to examine itself in this way, then it will discover that its nature is that of emptiness. However, there are a couple of conditions that need to be in place in order for this discovery to take place. Without these conditions, then it won't come about easily.
Teni journey ga teni journey ga teni kortu ga tholan roya tanja bozina de la chacking jamba chi go mare nga so kharsang ko na she de wa tsu yo na te tsu te gumluk te yak bo shi so na teni so zorang ga gum jam na de tholan ro thap kare journey ga tholan ro thap kare te chacking jamba ma chang na te ru kare.
In terms of bringing the mind to 0 point, to a point of stillness, of calm abiding, a state of shamatha, we require no other instructions other than the meditation instructions that we looked at yesterday. Applying these instructions and meditating in this way, it is possible for us to achieve a state of resting and stillness.
Teni tati thoni journey ga thoni yang yaranga so kong de te yang garni teni ro go na teni ta tomba ni ga tholan ro go re te na teni ta chachin jamba khashi go ndo zi ti chachin ti nang la chikti kan re zina teni nga so ngun ro ko ra pe na nga so nang chu na la te po jit na chu na la na teni thamung go shi ngun ro tang teni thamman nang go ngun ro zi ngun ro te cho tham chu po ha le ba ka chim bo re te cho ngun ro go re.
So if upon this basis of stillness and calm abiding, we are going to go one step further, then we are really talking about realizing emptiness. And in order to do this, there are a couple further things or conditions that need to be fulfilled by us. The first is completion of the preliminary practices. The preliminary practices in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, the 4 external preliminaries and the 5 internal preliminaries, these are the completion of these preliminary practices is extremely important.
Teni ngonro te cho chama teni yakboz teni ro charwi jis teni ti thola ta lama go shinlup to go re teni ni ten zum go re.
So after having completed the preliminary practices properly, the next thing that is needed is the blessing of our Lama. Both of these things are necessary.
Teni lama go shinlup zeati gandis lama gandis la yor zina teni lama so so rang la teni nyam to yakbo yon kan teni lama zina teni shinlup to yor ez lama de la.
And in terms of what kind of Lama is able to grant us blessing in this situation, any or whichever Lama we have particularly strong faith in.
Teni perna teni lama yena teni soso teni lojong mambo shi teni ripi jong mambo shi na yang hale ba kheba teni yena yang teni soso nyamlin yakbo shi mena teni shinlup zia de yo mare.
I'm sorry, in fact, just before, the kind of Lama who is able to give us blessing in this situation is a Lama who is realized in the practice of the teaching. So even though another kind of Lama may be able to give us guidance in terms of the study of Buddhism and the conceptual analysis of the Buddhist teachings, this kind of Lama isn't necessarily able to give us the required blessing we need in a practice context.
Teni nyamling yakbo yongken ke teni lama teni zina teni lama te la na korsorang ke nyamling ke teni te top ke pena jella shanchip ke semyo teni soso tongba ni ki ton to teni reyo na teni di ni pala teni di shenlab zi ki te yongres.
So a Lama who has realized experiential realization through practice, who has strong bodhicitta, realization of emptiness through the power of these practice attainments, their blessing will come.
Teni ti kandiz la ko go rezena ti pena teni me parsa na la jepo na la teni me parnaze teni jepo zena ko ndo khosola teni me tansa teni thapka do thapka na la me tana teni me barke yo ne kumna me ti teni thapka na la yore ta yena me te rang me joti teni rambo la ten rothap ko chim kambo ti lan rothap ko rez.
So this is like a fire that is lit in a stove. Even though the fire is contained within the structure of the stove, the warmth that it radiates travels far.
되니 가서 탑가그나라 메메나 되니 디 쯧 켐그나라 쯧 용거 말해지 탑가그나라 메 바르게요나 되니 켐그나라 좀보레니 쯧 용거레 마토바 탑가 랑그나라 메메나 에 켐나라 쯧 용거 말해.
However, if there's no fire burning in the stove, then the house will not be heated. So it is necessary that the fire be burning and that warmth is radiated, and in this way the rest of a home will be warmed as well.
되니 라마 랑거 샹십 그셈 고미야다 랑거 족바침보 되니 곰바 그더니 디 냠똑티 되니 가서 탑강은 그 메인라 보데.
So the cultivation of strong bodhicitta and realization through dzogchen practice, these practice attainments of a teacher are similar to fire burning within a stove.
되니 실럽제야티 페나 탑강은 그메 코랑 말해지 탑강은 그메 코랑 말해 메가 쭈드라오텔라 제거래 디 쭈티페 켐그나 참마라 파르로트 그래.
And blessing itself is not the fire within the stove, but rather the warmth that the fire produces. This is what the blessing is.
되니 가서 실로라 되니 차라밤밥나 야나 카밤밥나 되니 야나 룽잡나 되니 장니 온 캬피캅스 되니 가서 켐라용네 되니 메 바르게요사가 되니 탑가티 종라 되나 되니 가서 리폴라 조용 거레.
So if it's raining outside, it's snowing, it's windy, it's cold, and then we come outside and we come inside and we sit beside the stove, then we will become warm through the warmth that it radiates.
되니 가서 티캅스 탑가가 나란즈고 말이지 탑가가 녜사 때지 녜살라 되나 되니 조때 가서 리라 되니 냠스용 탑거래.
And in this situation, it's not necessary for us to get inside the stove. Simply sitting beside it is enough for us to feel its warmth.
야, 되니 디 값은 가서 탑가가 된 틸란드나 되니 가서 리폴라 되니 장완 캬바가 되니 등머드 소말 메니 좀보레니 켜보레 용거래.
So just by sitting beside the stove, it's possible for our suffering of cold and the uncomfortableness of the bad weather to melt away as we become warm through the warmth the stove radiates.
어다 띵자 보레 되니 라마인나 되니 냠링 약보 신경도 라마인나 되니 더디 쯧 코랑 거 되니 코바가 나라 되니 냠당 똑바 샹십 그 셈다 되니 조바침보 똑비 메라고 바르게요레즈 라마 냠린 신근소 셈그나라
and it's
탑강은 그 메라 보레.
And it's the same with highly realized lamas. Their bodhicitta, the strength of their bodhicitta they have cultivated, as well as their experiential realization of the great completion. These are the blessing power generated by these attainments is the same as fire burning within a stove.
어때니 샹집 그 셈당 되니 족바침보 똑비 이시 띵이 그디 데 코랑 그 셈거 나라요레티 셈거 나라 코랑 그 샹집 그 셈당 코랑 그 되니 데 족바침보 똑비 이시 띵 아초 랭고나 렌탑 그 말에 아초 따탑 그 말에다 옛나 디옷 아초 거더니 디 조띵 아초 냠스뇽 탑 그래 뎁신 럽제 그래.
So the actual bodhicitta cultivated by our teacher and the wisdom produced through their cultivation of dzogchen practice is not something that we can take or something that we can see with our naked eye. However, the warmth that is produced is something that we can experientially know and experientially feel.
더니 디 까블라 페나티 코랑 거티 집 탑가 거티 치데라 더니 페나 노칸다 딘디즈 그나라 따르착네 딘디 린 캬바 착소나 딘이 탑가 건 치데라 자나 딘이 딘 캬바데 칼레 마레 지네 딘이 치레 용거레.
So if we're sitting beside the stove and we take a block of ice and then place it on the side of the stove, then slowly it will melt into water.
Teni tinrapo ngaso ko semte teni chakpan rawore ngaso ko sem kanala ndochayo ngaso sem kanala ngargiryo kongchoyo teni chakpan rawore te tin chakpan rawo semte ngaso kherne teni lama shenlo saga ta jongla dena teni ngaso ko teni chakpan rawo semte kale mar jini teni chire yongore.
So our minds are just like this. They're hard like ice. They're full of desire and pride and anger. And when we take our minds that are just like ice and take them by the side of our Lama, then through the radiating warmth, our minds like ice will melt into water.
Teni teimbi gimsenji ngaso teni nangchu nanda teni chaparto sangha kanala lama tengo zeni mambo zeni bi gimsen tenri res.
And so it's for this reason that we say in Buddhism, and particularly in the Vajrayana, that it's necessary for us to rely on a teacher.
Teni lama tak go reze tangbo lama yakpo zo tak go reze bi gimsen te yang te reze ngaso lama tak bi ne kibna lama nyamling yongken teni ze teni yenda mayem ba te tak go bi gimsen te yang teni jima ngaso shinlup top go na te nyamlin te so yakpo yongken zina top gore ma to tamana top ko mare gimsen te reze.
And so that's also why we say it's necessary to properly examine a teacher, from the point of view that we need to find for ourselves a teacher who has realization and is able to give us their blessing in this way. Because if a teacher in question isn't able to, isn't realized, then it won't be possible for us to receive the benefit of their blessing.
te yopi chet teni lama chogo yang tongso ge yang nyamlin mambo she gore pe na los chikana la dawa khashi rata yang manna kap se teni yang manna namgin pe na nyamare re gana la chisu khashi ra teni nyamlin shini te gore lama chogo yang te gore ma to te mena teni shenlo yong ko mare te pe na nga cho langjang khapar gana la lok sok bata wore.
So in order to have this blessing, this capacity to have blessing power, teachers themselves, lamas themselves, need to engage in quite a deal of practice, whether it be practice every year or practice every day. It's on account of this practice that enables them to serve as a blessing power for their students. And this is rather similar to recharging a mobile phone with electricity.
Teni lama choge yang namgin koran so rangala teni lokso gore ze lokje na la lokso bataw she gore ne te machina teni lok chama par tang gdendgna teni so rangna la lok me pa chang gore teni lokje na la lok me pa chak sona teni ka hni ro ten da gore.
And so it's important for teachers to recharge their power frequently too, from the point of view if they don't practice regularly, then by constantly expending their power, they will ultimately reach a state where they have no power left, and then will ultimately be like a piece of rubbish.
Oya, tenita teni soso rang nyamlin yakpo sheki ta teni lama ga shenlbre teni ka nyamdan zombi kaps teni nga so zoba chimbo to kore.
So by these two things, firstly working on one's own meditation practice properly, and then by having the blessing of one's teacher, it is possible for us as students to realize the ultimate meaning of the great completion.
Teni ti kaps ta kan rezina teni nangwa tamsi simgiran nang ngom chong teni Ni sam yewi semti ngo la jerki tepe nasoks na ngo cheryang ma trepi stomber shigongs da ti kapsa teni ngaso semla teni kandizre samne teni semte la ngaso teni tawi kapsa teni semte tomba imba shindo ores.
So when observing our mind at this point, it is possible for us to discover that it is empty.
Tongbaji pateyang namkartawi chatongji mente genshi genrike salcha manga jin 망가 그랑진 제량 마트비 남금 초든지 동반이 뜻이오. 되니 디 값스 되니 가서 동바지야데 강리스라 제가 요르제나 베나 나마 되니 가서 셈즈 요바 나마 셈요 되니 다 셈데 메바 착송한다고 되니즈겠나 되니 차동지 되니 대지 차단다 보래 되니 대동와 대라 제가 요 말에 대동바 약보즈가 저거 말해지 낭추고 나라 동바 응마데 되니즈라 제가 말해지 나리 요니 되니 다 메송와 되니즈라 동바 제가 말해지.
So what is this emptiness that we find the mind to be? So previously we had mind, and now is it that we have no mind, we have voidness, we have nothing. Well, this is considered an inferior kind of emptiness.
배낭아 좀 무즈기나 당보 송부 인비네 금나 동바 마임바다 덴바임바다 되니머티 신이 메송나 되니 동바임바도 되니즈가 콜렌나 되니 테라 차통제 그래데 테 동와니 그 고와 양탁바 마레지.
So this is like saying that when a person is alive, they're real, they're substantial, but then when they die, they are no longer there, so therefore they are empty. And if we take this kind of understanding to emptiness, this is not a proper understanding or the best understanding.
되니 워낙 간디제나데 가서 셈가 나라 되니 잡잡 신이 셈가 땅라 되니 따용나 되니 셈가 땅 데라 되니 대식냥보 과랑되니 내요래 되니 땡아 좀 통도 그래.
So if it's not this kind of understanding of emptiness that we gain, then what is it? Well, by observing our mind, by observing it at its deepest level, we discover that its essence is in fact Buddha nature, and it is possible for us to see this.
되니 대식냥보제기도 강디즈르지나 코랑 동바 아레지나 대식냥보 동바 레지 동바 임바 하고 고래 옛나 대식냥오제와 때니 동바지나 때니 지직멘컨들이즈 마레지 맞어 셈가람진 때라 제가 요래 때인디 대식냥보 동바 레지 고래다 옛나요 지양 메빠더니 나마치 요바즈 다 메빠 착송한다고 때리즈라 대식냥보제가 마레지.
So in seeing that our mind is Buddha nature, we also see that it is empty. So Buddha nature is empty. However, in saying that it's empty, this doesn't mean that it is nothing, that it is void. Buddha nature is the nature of our mind, and yet it is not void or nothingness.
다 떼빼장나 간디즈르지나 빼고니샤나 가서 빼는 캬름 그 토라 되니 라코르타 되니 지니 섬정가 좀 get그 파트 되니 장가 그 되니 시나 캬름 그 레나제 가서 빼는 캬름 그 되니 라코르레 캬름 그 되니 앙가 지글레 되니 캬름 그니 캬름 그 섬제 되니 앙장 되니 시나 뜻속은 캬름 그 되니 앙장 뜻속은 나니 되니 라코르테 되니 잠발라 투나 되니 라코르테 되니 코란속을 만중고 만다 보레즈 캬름 달 빙.
So we can liken this to a spectrum of ice, numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7, and the 0 in respect of this spectrum would be the foundation or the basis for the ice.
되니 가상 아주 되니 캬름 안데 데 라코르즈 샤데기도 되니 캬름 공오르 제피티니 라코르드레.
So yesterday when we were talking about point 0, it was we were talking about it in this way as the foundation for the ascendant numbers that move up from this point of 0.
되니 단 캬름 때서 상마 지소나 되니 직니 그 파르가 안장 상마양 멘조레 되니 더 고르트가 라코리양 멘조레 상마 지니 상마 메바착 송아레.
However, when the ice melts completely, then not only do the numbers from 1 to 7 or 1 to 9 melt, but so too does 0. Everything melts and becomes water.
되니 띠값이 되니 단 캬바치장 메니 상마 치다다 되니 레송와레.
So in this state, there is no ice whatsoever, just water.
되니 띵자 보시니 가초 따따 가초 셈티 되니 캬름 잡보레 되나 따따 가초 셈티레 나라 라바양 요레 되니 차와지나 망지양 요레 되 되나 강타량 참마 차와이나 라바이나 되니 망시 같으니 고르트기나 띠토라 용큰 그 잠바이나 창마데 된 캬름레
Where we are presently, our minds are just like ice, and it's possible, and we have a foundation of ice, like 0 point. We have numbers ascending from 0. We can speak about our ice being having coarser and subtler aspects to it, but ultimately it is ice.
되니 다 참아더니 매네데 참아 친이데 계속와레진 캬름 참아 매바착네 친이데 계로와레 디값서 되니 아주 냠린 그 통내셨나 심 남톡 참아 매바게니더니 다 상기 이시다 대샤냥 보치보데 요레데 맘토 잠바 참아 매바착바레
However, when this ice completely melts such that there is only water remaining, then our mind is in a state of no conceptual thought whatsoever, and the only thing that is there is our Buddha nature and the basic nature of mind.
되니 치였나 되니 치어 나라 되니 치데 코랑 시르와레제 코랑가 나라 되니 짜와 구티 짜와 종스장 요 마레스
So this water is completely fluid. There is no solid within it.
이나 치데 제양메 바즈 마레제 코랑 시르와레 요레스
However, the water is not nothing. It is still a fluid.
어때든 라포시니 나초 되니 굼잡니 되니 당부 나초 남토락 바초 칼레 마라소니 되니 다니 라코르고 토라 통고레 데 저네리 되니 라코르고 토니 양 굼잡니 되니 똥바니 그 똥토니 되니 라코르 양 메파케르니 되니 지양 메파레 송지 옛나 티캅스 지양 메파레 송지 기타 나초 남톡 참아 지양 메파레 송아레 마토바 되니 양 자와니 지직 메파 마레티 산지기 이시티 값이 요레 데 데시냥 보세그레
So in practicing shamatha, we are bringing our mind back to the 0 point, so the foundation point, and upon reaching this first or provisional 0 point, upon this foundation, if we realize emptiness, then ultimately we dissolve this 0 point again, and we remain in a state where there of no thought and only Buddha nature. However, this, despite the fact that there is no thought in this state, it is not one of voidness or nothingness.
되니 산지기 이시대 강지즈레즈나 되니 가초 산지기 신든지레즈니 되니 츠크고니 셔고나 샤탑고 말에 옛나 냠뇽고고니 가초 베나 족바침부 르바 몬초피네 겁나 족바침부 똑비네 겁나 가초 산지기 시 바신드리엔 사레 삼바테 수수 냠스뇽 톱거레
So when we talk about the wisdom of a Buddha or Buddha-like wisdom, it's very difficult for us to express this in language. However, through practice, through experiential realization, through recognizing non-dual awareness in Dzogchen practice, for example, it's possible for us to experientially understand what this wisdom is.
되니 대식냥보때 양아초 다리 공랍샤 바테리 동반이 리제 카테 동반이 마레 양아초 대식냥보제야 되니 동반이 마잉바 되니지 요레 삼소나 되니 온 처바렌도레
So the Buddha nature that we were just speaking about is the same too. It is empty. If someone were to argue that this was not the case, then this would not be true. That would be an illusion.
되니 대식냥보때 아주 시아피네 겁나 되니 측강디즈 베슈탄 거여레제나 옥서르제야 되니 그 측즈 베슈탄이 샤거여레
So when we describe Buddha nature, we usually use the word luminous to describe it.
되니 티 옥서르제야 된 아주 실록건디 오 텔란드라 아요즈나 덴드라 자와네 지직근드라 요 마렌디 오 팁샤거요 마레
So in using this word luminous, is this related in any way to the natural light that we see outside? Well, no, there is no connection. We're not talking about light in this sense.
되니 가수 따따 묶음 통야고 티 코랑 드르리지 되니 대식냥보 들 말해지
So the light that we are seeing is now is comprised of electromagnetic waves, but this is not Buddha nature. Buddha nature is not like this.
Tani korang der mayin od mayin na tini od tang dera chichi me na osar zei tani mang tiri ndogubi jimsen kare reze na te peg guni shak yoreze te ma to thaka nga chu tsuk guni shak gunam shatab ko mare peg guni shak yore peg kandi shak reze na pe na nga chu od ti kawa yo na pe na khangban dina la od yo na tini khangba dina la mumba yo mare mumba chama me pa chang do re saru re o tin ra pore nga chu dershak nyam bo ti ngo te la sarji yishi ngo la tani nyomba yo mare le tang nyomba ka yo mare matak pichu ka yo mare te la
So if in fact this luminosity or light that we're talking about in connection to Buddha nature isn't natural light outside and isn't made up of molecular particles, then why do we in fact use this word to describe it? What's the point? The reason that we do so is we're really using it in a metaphoric sense, just as in order to show that with the light or the brightness of Buddha nature, we this in fact as a light inside a house when lit renders the room bright. There is no more darkness. It dispels darkness, a light inside the house. Then so too does Buddha nature, this essence of mind, enable no darkness, in fact, or impurities.
Tani zogba chimbo zinanda, dershak nyangbo zinanda, te oksarwa zinanda kure, te tani nga zo tapa chikpo go ta tindis yosare samne tindi yechi goya tindis marezi tindi nga zo nyamnyung go nyamlim shipi ne kamna nyamnyung go ne sosoranga tindi o dershak nyambo ndis la zegandu sambate nyamnyung go saro hat ko thup kore.
So whether we say great perfection or Buddha nature and use luminosity in these contexts, this is not something that we should or we shouldn't necessarily accept that Buddha nature is luminous or accept descriptions of Buddha nature based on faith alone. It's necessary that we practice and through our meditation practice gain an experiential understanding of Buddha nature as it is.
Ta tena tindi ge dershak nyangbo de nga chu tini tok go re te tokna gubakare yore zina jusuk pantok yore zina teni nga chu nyomong badang teni nga chu sem ganang ge nyomong badang sem ganang ge market badang teni sem ganang ge teni dungur te chu mambo yo pa teni dungur mambo teni yo de te chu thamchu po teni dershak nyangbo go tokla te chu thamchu chigyang yo mares.
So Buddha nature is something that we need to realize. But what's the benefit in doing this? What benefit does realization bring us? Well, first of all, a realization of Buddha nature eliminates all of our afflictions, our negative emotions, our suffering. In the state of Buddha nature, none of this exists.
Pevjana jamso na la tini long jamni jamso na la barlap chimbo tani mupch mu nishin rawo tani gun tani jamso tola barlap chimbo yone hale patini munnam jikchak tini ke desa tani yong do waze deso tamche potini jamso ti khala yore ma to jamso tangla sona ti kapsata jamso khala tini barlap hale pa chimbo yong kapsina jamso tangla tani tambu shine ne yore chichi yo marze jamso tangla
So teni jamso tola kandistro.
Mundro go mare kwara jamso tang tindi yenzit.
Oh yeah. So if the ocean is in an extremely turbulent state, waves are fiercely crashing, then people looking at the surface of the ocean will feel terror, they will feel afraid. However, this turbulent state is only the surface of the ocean, it's only the face of the ocean. If we were to go to the depths of the ocean, we would find a place that is still.
Tini tang japure nga chu kewa tang gawa tang nawa tang chewa tini dungur mambo ta te so changma ta tini nga chu sim go tini tang la chi gyang yo mare sim go tang la yo mare te so changma sim go khala yo re.
And it's the same with our minds too. All of the suffering of cyclic existence, the suffering of birth, aging, illness, death, all of these forms of suffering exist only on the surface of our mind or on the face of our mind. At the core of our mind or at the base of our mind, these sufferings don't exist.
Teni sem ga tang de nga so yak bo zo teni thong so na teni nga so de gerga nan che dungur teni nyomong ba de so tamche bo teni parme pa chakare.
And by experiencing, by seeing this foundation of our mind, then our afflictions, our sufferings of cyclic existence will be eliminated.
Tindi yendi nga so sem ga tang de yak bo zo teni rigo gore sem ga tang de yak bo zo teni thong char bi jini teni nga so changma o ta nga so ju chowa na la teni ramra mambo teni yong de ate changma de na la munduk de so changma nga so chowa na la mukta na wa ta na ta che da khorang cho teni ngola teni yundug ma to ba dong ngubu to la sem ga tang la teni mundu samba te teni te tong jo gore.
And by directly perceiving, by directly seeing this foundation of the mind or this deepest base of the mind, then we can realize, in fact, that all of the ostensible sufferings in life, in fact, don't really exist in reality. That is, we realize that all of these ostensible sufferings are simply appearances produced by our sensory faculties or our sensory consciousnesses, and when we see into the depths of our mind, in reality they don't exist.
Then nga so mug na na che nga so wangbu ndo so tham che pola tinni ndo so la tinni tin jitin de la tana tin jitin di na la tin demo yore dungor yore tin kewa yo gawa yo nawa yo chewa yo tin nyom ba yo tin jamra mambo tin dir na so baz tin yore ze wangbu ndo so ta la tin ngola tin mambo yore.
However, when we rely on our senses to experience the phenomenal world, then happiness is there, suffering is there, afflicted emotions, the various sufferings of cyclic existence, these all exist on the face of the mind when we are experiencing the world relying on our senses.
Tani karte nga so wangbon de takla ten injectin de la marta ni sanji yishi la ten injectin la tana sanji gtini yishi te la ten injectin de la tana tani kirga nan chze ya rawta tini dumur te so thamche po chawani ti ngola chawani yo mare.
However, if instead of using or relying on our senses to experience the phenomenal world, we were to rely on the Buddha wisdom to experience the phenomenal world, then we would discover that not even on the face of our mind do the sufferings of cyclic existence exist.
Teni te yakbo za hako ni semgi ngo teni tongba yimba teni za hako sona teni pena nga so terang ra pozla teni zoba chimbo teni ripa ngo shine teni tongjo ayna teni nyima terang ni nyomu ba thamcho bo me ba arezina te mare tarong yore
te yanja sone chokan bola
pena pe jana zegre pena nyima terang ra pozla zoba chimbo tok sona teni terang ni ta nyomo sama mendo orezina te mare zi tarong nyomo ba yore.
So does that mean that if today we were to recognize non-dual awareness that our sufferings would disappear immediately? Well, no, this wouldn't be the case.
Teni ta kanji gore zina teni tok yo pate teni gum gore muntani gum gyab gore.
What we need to do is, after recognizing this non-dual awareness, to familiarize ourselves with this state through continued practice.
Tani nga so tarta jokba chimboda te so tomba ni kiton martok pitsena te nyomung ba te so halepa nga so semnang la kiona halepa shikchak tindi shikchak bore nga so la marke pa zore tani nga so semgona la nyomung ba kiona tani nga so kha tini pe na mala sheshe tangwa daw lagba mala tini chi tani dongdak tongwa da tenjo ramra mambo le gerezi te nyomung ba toni ta martok pi kapsa.
until we have realized emptiness or recognized awareness, then the afflictions in our minds are very strong in nature, and on the strength of these afflictions we may do things such as scold others and perhaps hit them.
Tani tomba ni te toksona tini ngaso lamsang tini nyumumba mepa tini re kamarta yena nyumumba tini korang la shik mepa rendo ore shik mepa re karti sem kana la nyumumba tini kina yang te ngaso kha tini mala sheshe tangwa rawata tini lakpa ga mala dongtak tangwa te su tamche pu shi mathapa shik mepa tini rendo shit mepa tini rendo ore.
From the point that we first recognize non-dual awareness, our afflictions cease to carry so much strength. That is, they become increasingly weak, they become increasingly enfeebled, such that we don't find ourselves so easily scolding others or punching them.
Oh yeah, teni ti kapse teni ngaso gilla nyumumba kina ngaso la nyumumba no pachiyo shitab kumare.
Yanja sone chokam. Ah. Yanja sone chok.
Choso yoche.
Takada ngi yapoko.
Jimata zidan gomata.
The jemata.
Oh yeah. Jimata taze ti kapse ngaso la nyumumba kina yang teni nyumumba ti ngaso la no pashitab kumare.
So from this point onwards, even though we may give rise to afflictive thoughts, they will no longer harm us.
Teni tarung yang teni gomjabni tindishina teni yang ti tarung mumtani gomjabna teni namjigna te ngaso jilla nyumumba shiknya ki meparin res.
And by continuing to practice meditation and by continuing to familiarize ourselves with this state, then we will eventually reach a point where we will no longer give rise to any afflicted thoughts.
Teni ti kapsa ngaso semga nala kare yozina te nyangji yore shirbi yore teni ka yore te jamba nyumumba sama teni mepacha kare.
And at this point, what will be in our minds? Compassion will be there, wisdom will be there, but there will be no affliction.
Teni ngaso ti kapsa teni ngaso so rangla teni tapsupshi ni teni gyarkangoma ti kapsa thopare.
And at this point, in so far as our self-struggle or our battle against ourself, we will have reached the final victory.
Teni ngaso la teni so rangla teni gate tokpa yakbo teni shongwi kapsa teni ngaso tant halipa yakbo zri teni ngi mi jamba chola yang teni te parshak go undu parslab go undu teni mi jamba chogo yang korang so gomjabni teni so nyomomba te mepachak sona te pe yakbo re samni teni zonte teni mo jamba namla parslab ni teni dendikshi gari tela teni simjing go tonshi zegari simjing go ton drib zegari.
And upon reaching a state of good realization oneself, we then are in a situation to help others achieve this realization themselves. By practicing meditation, it is also possible that others will be able to eliminate their afflictive thoughts. And by teaching others in this way and by sharing this knowledge with others in this way, then we are working for the benefit of other beings.
Dendi semjing na sang topi se tapsha tang tapshi tatat mejang ramjin ji osabi semjing ningma nyamsum nyong wala rungum chopaji shate shagzok ji ngochar ji yang teyin odati kapse teni ngaso nyamling ge tone yakpo so teni ngon de khako sona nyamnyung go goni deshak nyambo te yakpo za khako sona teni tela jokpa chimbo rungum choyang zegre shagja chimbo toyang zegre gangstar teni tomba nye teni ton tokbare.
So when we directly, experientially realize our minds as Buddha nature, then we will have realized the non-dual primordial awareness as expressed in the Dzogchen tradition, or will have achieved realization of the nature of the mind as expressed in other traditions.
kyong thamnan den charti sarahe dodne takba namki rangjin la teshang thongwa ngak par njir jisok songba tang yimle simla simmamchi te simge namjin no saro ji sombi tono oson ta ti kaps tini ta tini yang muntani gomgyap thamna tini ta ndota ngak chama na la tini nga chu dershak nyangbo zia sim garam je osarwa zia tini songwa te tini monsum da nani tini tokba te jevzang ro re
the muten de gomna.
Muntan de gomna.
By continuing to familiarize ourselves with this state through ongoing practice, then the Buddha nature as expressed, as taught in the sutras and in the tantras, our direct understanding of its luminous nature will become greater and greater.
Ndele thablava me to nyamselin ba karchi mapambe so mangalam otenin de ina nyamlin di na la shapande halepo tabde patindi nyokta mambo me patindi halepa tabde potindi ziritini nyamselin na halepa yakpo yore.
So the practice instructions that are contained in this teaching are extremely simple. They're extremely straightforward and easy to put into practice.
Yena ta nga cho le tangbo patin ris yena tarong yang teni chi lojong te tu she go ndu ma tok ban din la sha pa te tabdi hale pa tabdi chi pa da tin ris re.
However, as beginners, it's necessary that we do a bit more learning first. Otherwise, the straightforwardness and simplicity of these teachings, the simplicity and straightforwardness of these teachings might be a bit too simple and straightforward.
Teni zokpa chimbo teni tokpa zeyate nga chu mus dang se na tok chokore pe na nga chu kipa ga tok chokore bome ga tok chokore garge ga tok chokore lonyung ga tok chokore teni traba yin na tok chokore kimba yin na tok chokore me chamala ti korkup de yores.
In terms of realizing this state of non-dual awareness, the basic nature of the mind, this is something that anyone is potentially able to do, regardless of whether they are male or female, old, young, an ordained person, or a household practitioner.
Tani checho changmala ga tani bapa shitamna soso bachun ya bo shitamna zogba chimbo tobi tani karwa yore ti korkup yore tani cheso lama kumden ni tarong mumthen ni yakbo jini tani checho lama namgin tani to chuchuk songkan tani yore na te halepa ga tani lehla boz mare tani ta nga chu chusuk da to yang mambola tani lama songkan da to yang yo mare tani na lama sa ju tharang bozla zar guna pe khabore tani lama namgin du tendi tani lami kumden ne tani zogba chimbore to so nyamlin so yakbo tani lojong yakbo she tani nyamlin gum gyap tani jida tani sama ga tani toktap gare.
And so everyone here should really strive towards achieving this ultimate realization. Everyone here has the fortunate opportunity to do so. You have a teacher by whose side you can go to and receive teachings. This is by no means a common thing or an easy thing at all. For many people, it's necessary to look very far afield in order to find a teacher. So by coming to your teacher and studying the Dzogchen teachings, then please put them into practice, meditate on the teachings, and it is possible for you to attain this realization too.
Teni nga chu changma ga teni lojong shin ni nyamlin shin na mu changma la korkup yore musu ki na toktap gare pe na che cha amr ki yarkup ti mu changma la teni korkup yo ba teni yin ze yore teni zogba chimbo de mu changma la korkup yo ba zare.
So the achieving realization of the ultimate nature of reality or the nature of one's mind is something that everybody has the opportunity to do. Everyone in America has this opportunity too. Thank you very much, and this is the end of my teaching.
Yeah.